You ever see one of those health claims online that just sounds, well, revolutionary, almost magical? Well, today, we're going to dig into one of those promises that went totally viral. Now, we're not here to judge it. Our job is just to go straight to the source material, lay out the facts exactly as they're presented, and just see what the information tells us. So let's get right into it. And here it is. This is the exact title from the source, which was a super popular online video. And, it's not exactly subtle, is it? It's a really powerful, direct promise. Blood sugar drops immediately. It even goes so far as to call the recipe a real treasure. So yeah, this is the big claim we're going to look at by digging into the recipe that the video actually gives us. All right, so what's in this so-called treasure recipe? I mean, to even begin to understand a claim that big, we've got to look at what they're actually telling us to make, right? The source gives us a soup recipe, so our first move has to be breaking down exactly what goes into it. So let's start with the recipe's core ingredients. We're going to look at the full list, exactly how it shows up in the source material. Okay, so check this out. We've got 2 potatoes, a carrot, an onion, half a cabbage, a bell pepper, and a couple of celery stalks. And what's kind of striking here is just how normal this all is, right? I mean, this isn't some list of rare, exotic, medicinal herbs. This is literally the foundation for a classic vegetable soup that you could probably find simmering in kitchens just about anywhere. And what about the liquid base? Well, the source is super specific on this one. It calls for exactly 2 liters of water. For those of us who think in cups, that's about 8 cups. So we're definitely making a pretty big batch of soup here. And then to finish it all off, the recipe calls for some super simple seasonings. We're talking salt, just to your taste, a single teaspoon of basil, and a bit of parsley. And again, these are just common, everyday things you'd find in almost any kitchen pantry. Just basic stuff to add a little flavor. All right, so we know what's going in the soup. Now let's take a look at how the source actually tells us to put it all together. It's a really simple preparation method. Okay, so the original source kind of gives the instructions in bits and pieces. So we've just organized them here into a nice, clear sequence for you. Basically, you bring your 2 liters of water to a boil, you dump in all the vegetables, and then you cook it over medium heat for, and get this, only 7 to 10 minutes. That's it. After that, you just season it with the salt, basil, and parsley, and bon appetit! It's an incredibly simple and really, really quick process. And yeah, that's the entire method. Seriously, a simple list of very common vegetables boiled for just a few minutes. So you gotta ask, what is the story here? How does this super simple recipe connect back to that huge, extraordinary claim that we started with? This is where we get to the heart of it. It's time to look at the source's full story, putting the 2 pieces of this puzzle right next to each other. You've got the incredible health promise on one side and the very, very ordinary recipe on the other. So this slide really lays it all out, doesn't it? This is the complete picture that the source is painting for us. Over on the left, you have this massive claim. Blood sugar drops immediately, an immediate, powerful health benefit. And then on the right, you have the recipe. A simple soup made with everyday veggies like potatoes and carrots and seasoned with just salt and herbs. The source is the one making the direct line between these 2 things. Our whole goal here is just to lay out the information from the source material exactly as it was presented. We're not adding anything, we're not taking anything away. The source presents a connection between this claim and this recipe. The video makes a very specific promise and it provides this very specific recipe. And by seeing them right next to each other like this, the full picture presented by the source becomes a lot clearer. And that leaves us with this one big question, a question that the source itself really creates. So what makes a simple soup a treasure? By putting this huge medical promise right alongside a very, very basic recipe, it really makes you wonder, right? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this one.